good day. Oh, happy day. Happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed, wash my tears away.
Morning, tea timers.
They're not here yet. Everybody, come on in. The first one, Mrs. has to take an in. I'm trying to sound so proper. That's so wrong. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the... You only get one today.
All right.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
You don't want to talk about them?
Would you be my? Could you be my? Won't you be my neighbor?
Do you want one?
So...
Actually, no, you probably shouldn't eat one.
I'm not going to eat one right now.
You shouldn't.
I posted a picture. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Chasma. Good morning, Tobiah. So I posted a picture of my diet food. I'm gonna get yours out so I can show the good tea timers.
Can I have the one with the most filling in it?
I posted a picture of my diet food on my Facebook page, and my sister said that doesn't look like diet food. It's diet food. It's my sugar. Diet food. Which one do you want?
The one with the most, whichever one has this most one. That's the one?
This is my diet food.
What's up? Yep.
This is a chocolate cake.
With a homemade Nutella.
Don't look at my nails. My nails look terrible. This is a chocolate cake made with coconut sugar instead of refined sugar, which makes it diet food. And this is a homemade chocolate hazelnut spread made with maple syrup instead of powdered sugar, diet food. The chocolate in it has a little bit of sugar in it. So, diet food.
Mom?
Here you go, babe. Put it on a plate. Eat it with a plate.
Yeah. Mom?
No, son, stop. I'm done talking to you. Go put this away. Put it on the plate. And be careful.
This on a plate or
go put your cupcake on the plate and be careful around Nugget.
Where is he?
Diet food. I didn't say it was everyone else's diet food. I said it's my diet food. It's what I eat on a diet. So if I can have my chocolate cupcake that I make, yay! Good morning, Pam. I haven't figured out how to make a vegan German chocolate cake, Rose. I'm gonna work on that because I do like German chocolate cake.
What's German chocolate cake?
It's just a different kind of cake. It's made with a specific type of chocolate, German chocolate. Good morning, Suli. If it's not one thing, good morning, Karen. The saying is, if it's not one thing, it's another. But I want to say, if it's not one thing, it's like 4,000 others, right? Always something. Always something. So my car has had a recall. I always get on here and then I see how disheveled I actually look. Well, this is my world right now, completely disheveled. My car had a recall. About a year and a half ago, they did a temporary repair, and they sent me a note. They've been sending me this note for about a month or two now, I guess. And I just opened it. I'm like, oh, the recall. They have the final fix available for the recall. So great.
Excuse me,
I had to schedule the service. I'm about to throw something at that boy. I'm not talking to you. I'm on tea time. Hush. So I got ready to take the car in, dropped it off this morning, arranged for a loaner vehicle. So they gave me the loaner vehicle. They said, we can do a free 28-point inspection, 21, 28, whatever, point inspection. And we can give you a free car wash. I'm like, well, hook it up. Free? I like free. Free always comes with strings. Free always comes with strings. I can give you this for free, but once I give you this for free, the report is going to cost you. the repairs from the report is going to cost you. Why did this man call me and basically you need a $1,000? All right, well, what kind of discounts y'all got? Well, the greatest discount we have is $50. I started cracking up. I'm like, $50, Harry? What is $50? Talking to him like he my best friend. Come on, Harry. We're in a pandemic. You got to do better than $50, man. I could do $100, Harry. I was like, well, I can't do all those repairs for only $100 of a discount. So I just, what's essential? So it's some suspension work that needs to be done. I agree that suspension work is really important. So go ahead, do the suspension work. $800 later. Because if you do the suspension work, you got to do a balancing, tire balancing, something. Okay, rotation and balancing or something like that. Fine, do it. That's fine. I was talking to Rose and I was like, you know what? This is so foolish. I'm going to let them do half of the work, save myself $200, $300 maybe. I think it was $1,100. Just do all the damn work. Just do the work. Just do the work. If it's not one thing, it's 5,000 others. When you think, oh, yay, I got money to put in savings today. Jasmine, I don't have time for a second opinion. I don't care about all that. Just fix the car. I hear you, but I don't have any trusted mechanics out here. I have one mechanic that I took the car to, and quite frankly, if I took the car to this other mechanic and you didn't tell me my brake fluids needed to be flushed, I got a problem with that. Just do the work. Y'all look, you got my car. I got your car. Just do the work. This is not the time for me to be worrying about it. It's not like I don't have the ability to pay for it. I don't want to pay for it. That is not how I intended on spending my money. But okay, fine. Just fix the dang car. It will be different when I was in California. I didn't go to the dealership for anything. I had a trusted mechanic that took care of my car. They did everything. But out here, I don't have that. So I don't have a place. But what if your brake fluid doesn't need to be flushed? But what if it does? Who do I trust to tell me the truth? I don't trust anybody. That's the problem out here. I don't have a trusted mechanic. I didn't feel like the mechanic who did my tune-up, he is my brother friend's mechanic, but when he did my tune-up, I wasn't really fully satisfied. So I don't know that I trust him either. I mean, I trust that he didn't do anything and charge me for something he didn't do. I trust that. But I don't trust that he did everything he should have done for the car. So what do you do? If I were in California, Jasmine, I agree with you. I would have taken the readout from the 21-point inspection. And I would have taken it to my trusted mechanic, and I would have had my trusted mechanic check it. I haven't built that up here yet. So in the meantime, maybe I wasted the money. Maybe it didn't need to be replaced. Maybe it didn't need to be flushed. But I can't say that I have not had my brake fluid flushed since I got the vehicle. So it probably does need to be flushed. Or at least since I replaced brakes whenever ago that I replaced them. And it's supposed to be done every 2 years. So it's been at least 2 years. I would YouTube what needs to be done and act like you know when you pick it up. Suli, I don't even care. I called them back and told them, go ahead and just do all the work. Why did I do that? Because I don't have the energy. My son and I will be doing my tune-up soon. Yes, I don't have the energy for it. I can't do everything. Oh, and asked, did you do this? I will do that. That's a good idea. I don't have the energy to do everything, to build everything, to make everything. I just don't have the energy for it. So Oh, Tuli, now you're making me try to think of what that man said. He said I needed to replace the blah, 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 blah. It was a blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to call him back. What did you say again? Dealerships are known for charging way too much money. He said we can change your wiper fluids need to be changed. Okay. Now I know they do need to be changed. They work, but they streak. They make too much noise. He's right. They probably do need to be changed. And he said, so do you want me to do that? I was like, dude, I can change my wiper blades. I can change my own wiper blades. And he says, well, but we don't charge for labor for the wiper blades. I was like, okay, but do you provide me gold-plated wiper blades? I mean, how much are your wiper blades? Do you jack up the price of your wiper blades? Because I can do that myself. And he says, no, well, they're $20 each. I'm like, just put the damn blades on. Like, what? There comes a point. There comes a point, even though when it's, if it's not one thing, it's 5,000 other things. There comes a point where you cannot personally do and deal with all of the things that come up at the same time. And you've got to, okay, thank you. Suli says 20 is okay for wiper blades. Thank you. That's what I thought when he said it. And I'm like, all right, fine, $20, just do the wiper blades. You need to buy a code reader for your car. It reads the codes given by your car's computer. That's what my car didn't have any codes. They did tell me that the brake fluid flush and the there's another flush. It's just preventative maintenance. It wasn't that there was any problem with it. It's just that it's cloudy. So it's preventative maintenance. I got to look up that other part. I'll look up that other part. But what I know is that my car was not driving 100% perfectly. So I trust that there can be some things that they can tweak on it. And if it drives better once I get it, then great. Fine. But I do need to get the code reader so that I can check out my car myself and like Suli had one. Suli, you need to share this. I think you did share it. I'll look it up again. But this is the thing. I can do all of that, but I can't do all of that. If it's not one thing, it's 20 other things. Which one thing are you going to take on yourself? Which one thing are you going to manage? Because I tell you what, everything we do, we overpay for, right? You go to the coffee store instead of making your own coffee. We just talked about this yesterday. We go to the grocery store. We go to the restaurant and buy food. Good morning, Chelsea Welsie. We go to the restaurant and buy food instead of making your own food. You go to the store and buy clothes instead of making your own clothes. Do you know the markup on clothes? You can go to the store and buy fabric enough to make 5 dresses for the amount of money that you pay for one dress. You could wash your own windows on your house. You could power wash your own sidewalk, clean your own sidewalk. You could detail your own car. You could shampoo your own carpets. You could paint the inside of your house yourself. You could paint the outside of your house yourself. You could plaster your own walls. You could put down your own floor. Jasmine, how you gonna say I got and you don't even know what the repair was? You can't say I got. It's only overpaying if you can get it cheaper. It's still spending your money however you want to, and that's your right. What I'm saying, I agree with you guys. 100%. I am not negating anything that you're saying. What I'm saying is that sometimes you just don't have the energy. That's not where I'm choosing to put my energy. Again, Chasma, I didn't get got. I understand the decision that I made. You need to know what the problem really is. Yes, I understand the decision that I made. And I made that decision because I don't have another trusted person here to go to review what's wrong with the car. And the dealership has to stand by their work. So if I have any, stand by their work in a different way. There's a guarantee on their work in a different way that if I went to the sidewalk mechanic. Was it still driving? It was driving fine. It was driving fine, but why go to the dang garage and pick up problems? Why go to the dang garage and pick up problems? You ask people you know if they know of a good mechanic, and sometimes you can get a decent answer, but you have to ask the question. I have asked the questions. As long as you're okay with it, that's all that matters. Yes, that is all that matters. I have asked the question, guys. I have asked the question. This is not about Kai got at the dealership. This is not what this conversation is about. Her brother or friend told her. This is not, yeah. So the person that is the mechanic that I took my car to is my brother's mechanic. Okay, so I did ask someone I know for the mechanic that they trust. I got the work done at that mechanic, and I still question the quality of the work, regardless of whether my brother goes there or not. I'm used to what I'm used to in terms of how my car drives. And after I bring my car to you for a tune-up, and it doesn't drive better than before I dropped it off with you, I'm questioning your tune-up. And I don't want to have to walk you through everything that you should do for a tune-up of my car. Every car has a plan of what work needs to be done according to how many miles that car has on it. I want you to know that plan. That was always the way I had to move, pay and pray, because I had no trusted mechanic and know how it's worked out for me. Thank you, Erica. Yeah, until you grow and are able to trust someone, until when you come into a new environment, maybe you're going to get got by a bunch of different people, right? But you don't know, and you haven't built up a relationship with the mechanic here. Maybe the dealership here is doing a great job. I can tell you this, they're cheaper than the dealership in Marin County, California. I can tell you that for sure. I can tell you that the work that I'm getting done here is probably half the cost of what it would have cost me in California. So, hey, there's money saved, right? Send the details and I'm going to send the details. I have to remember what the heck he told me. I was on a walk with the dog when he told me what it was. But this is the thing. You have to make the decision that you're comfortable making, right? If it's not one thing, it's going to be 20 other things. There's always going to be something that rises up and knocks you in your head. Just when you were planning your money for this, you're going to have to spend your money for that. Just when you were planning your time to do this, you're going to have to spend your time doing that. Just when you decided you were going to go to bed early, somebody calls you late at night and needs to talk to you, and they need you. And so you put your early bedtime on hold, and you tend to what your community needs. Just when you thought you had your week planned out perfectly, your child tells you they need something for school tomorrow that they never told you. There's always going to be something that throws a wrench in your plans. Always going to be something. The question is, how do you manage that something? So I could have managed that something by saying, I'm taking my car away. Nope, just give me your printout. And I'll go take it someplace else. But then that means I have to go do the research of finding someplace else and getting some other opinion, dropping my car out there, not having another vehicle to use while they have my car, because this dealership has me in their car. So for as long as they keep my car to do work on it, I have transportation to do the things I need to do and want to do. Me and the boy about to go take this SUV out to the park today and go see some waterfalls after work. We're heading between work and picking up my car. We're going to head to see some waterfalls. It's not my gas. Yeah, make plans and God laughs, right? Like, what you thought? What you thought? It's how you deal with the hiccups. It's how you catch that wrench. I could have caught that wrench and been depressed and now stressed over trying to find someplace else to give me a second opinion. But between picking my car up from the dealership and taking my car, finding another dealership or another shop or someone else to be able to see my car and check my car out, I'd have to pay for the check, and then have them tell me, well, it's not that, it's this and this and this. And in the meantime, in between time, while I'm trying to figure out getting it from the dealership, good morning, Steve, getting it from the dealership to somebody else, I'm stressing about, is my suspension all jacked up? I'm stressing about that. What I chose this morning was the path of least resistance. Whether they got me or not is irrelevant at this point. The path of least resistance for me today was just to let the dealership do it. I pick up my car, nothing else that I have to worry about is done. Whether they did work that wasn't necessary, I will never know. Whether I paid too much money for work, I will never know. But what I do know is it's not a stress. It's not a stress on my plate. And right now, during this pandemic, while we are dealing with everything else that we are dealing with, this is not the time for me to be running around talking about, let me see if I can't get it cheaper someplace else. I don't even want to go into other establishments over and over and over again. I don't want 20 different people sitting in my car. I don't want that exposure, right? So this is not the one thing that I'm getting ready to put my energy towards. Okay, fine. That's just where the money has to go. Let it go there. I'm blessed to have the ability to say, do the work. So that's how I'm looking at it. If it's not one thing, dang blasted, it's 5 other things. Nothing comes the way that you need it to come when it comes. I mean, it comes, but does it come for always when you want it to come? And is it the only thing that comes when you want it to come, or do some other things tag along? Who said good morning? Let's see. Make it work for you. Right. Our house was cleared for us to move, but we have to wait for a mold test to be done instead of them saying something before. You have to just flow with it, right? Flow and non-resistance is a good indicator you're doing the right thing. Least resistance, yes. Same for the good things in life too, right? We have to accept both. Yeah. Everything comes. Everything comes, and how you manage what comes your way is more important than what comes your way. There's always hiccups. Even when it's something good. You receive something good, some great blessing, and you running around boastful? Oh, that's not a way to manage it. You running around being braggadocious because you got something somebody else didn't have? Look, I told that man, I tell you what, take your time. I got your car. So take your time. I could pick mine up tomorrow. I don't care. Let me drive this SUV around. I'll be happy with that for a minute. Maybe it was a repair that wasn't necessary. But you know, when you go into the dealership, they're going to find something wrong with your car. You know that. Maybe it was a repair that wasn't necessary. But what I do know is there was a time where I couldn't afford to do the repair, regardless of whether I thought it was necessary or not. There was a time when I would not have been able to say, go ahead and do it. There was a time when I would have had to find the sidewalk mechanic and hope and pray that they did a good job. You know, suspension, that's safety work, right? There was a time, there have been times in my life where there wouldn't have been the option to even have the car at the mechanic in the first place. That's right. We need to remember those times. We are blessed. And so right now, as much as I did not want to spend that money, I can sit and say, okay, well, no, I don't have just a spare $1,000 sitting around talking about, here, go pay this. No, I don't. But I did just pay that credit card off. Don't worry, payday is Friday. I'll pay for it today with the credit card and then pay it off on Friday when payday comes. It's fine. I just don't have a spare $1,000 sitting around. I'm not living large like that. I'm not being braggadocious. I'm saying that I have a way to work it out. And there have been times in my life where I haven't had a way to work it out. I'm tired of going with the flow. All of our warm clothes are in storage. Ooh, yeah, you need to get those clothes out of storage because I'm sure you're freezing right about now. You know, but if you don't go with the flow, what's the other option? What's the choice other than going with the flow? I don't know what that choice is. I think I have always gone with the flow, recognizing I need to go with the flow, but I've stressed about it along the way. And I'm not in that place right now. I'm in a place of acceptance and receiving and openness. I receive the blessings that are in front of me, that are bestowed upon me on a regular basis. I feel very good that I can say, you know what, I'm being cheap, just do the damn repairs. That man was laughing at me. I'm like, look, just do the damn repairs. Just one less thing I have to worry about. Just take care of it. One less thing that I have to worry about. You can do everything. You can. You can do everything. The question is, should you and do you want to do everything? You can research the heck out of the cost of a TV. You can research the heck out of the cost of a new car. Of anything. You can do your research on everything. At a certain point, you got to turn it off and make a decision. Even with the good things, if it's not one thing that you saw or missed, it's another thing that you will see or miss. Okay, tell mom hi. Have a great day, Suli. Sometimes you don't have a choice, and when you don't have a choice, don't resist. Just go with it. Just go with it. Don't resist mentally, because if it's not your choice, there's no sense in stressing over things that you don't have a choice about. You just go with it. Go with what you need to do. So I feel good. I feel good. Just understand that the devil something about the devil, right? My mechanic in Alabama always showed me how the issue related to the repair. So going forward, that's my expectation. If they can't do that, then I go elsewhere. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. How does this issue affect the overall drivability of my car? What does it have to do with the price of tea in China, right? The devil is always looking for a way to bring you down. Always looking for a way to bring you down. Always looking for a way for you to pull you into the dark side. Don't get pulled into the dark side. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And choose your battles. Choose the things that you want to do it yourself. Choose those things. And let somebody else do everything else. I remember when I was in California, so this is the last thing I'm going to say about that. When I was in California, you know, keeping up with a household with kids and hold on. So you're reading my book, chapters 24. No, I know your book by heart, Mom. Your book is in my life, so I don't need to read it to know that there's some chapter in it about going with the flow. Google the common problems with your model of car. Then you can check YouTube for answers on how to fix it. That's a good idea too. That's a good idea too. I remember when I was in California and I had a young child and two teenage children and an ex that was getting on my nerves, and I was working full time and I just was running. My mother told me I should get a maid. I was like, I'm not paying somebody to do what I can do for myself. We can clean up our own house. I'm not paying someone to come and clean my house when I can clean my own house. That's a waste of money. And then I got a maid. Yes, I can do it myself. Yes, I can do it myself. But my time is worth something, right? My time, recognize the good. Okay. My time is worth something. So I can either pay myself the time to do it, and I can spend all day cleaning up, or I can pay somebody else so that I can then have my time to do other things. I can pay the dealership to just do these repairs, and then I don't have to spend time doing all the research and finding a mechanic and you know, building up, figuring out who to trust, who not to trust. I can do all of that, or I could just Give them the money and move on and let my time be dedicated to something else. Recognize that about yourself. Recognize that about yourself. There's always going to be a million things to deal with. Choose the ones that you want to do yourself and then let somebody else handle the rest. Pay somebody. Delegate. Ask for help. Chapter 30, be grateful. Okay. Ask for help. And then let it go. And don't second, third, fourth, and fifth guess the decision that you made. Because look at this. I made a decision to go ahead, just do the repair. And I can come to this table and every single one of you can tell me, girl, you shoulda, you coulda, you woulda, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I did what I did. That's not the one thing I chose to put my energy towards. And so you have to decide where you want to put your energy. There's all kinds of crazy that's going to come in, all kinds of things, all kinds of hiccups that are going to come into your plan. Your plan is not going to go as planned. Decide how you want to receive, catch that wrench, but catch that wrench, right? Catch it in your hand, not your teeth. Don't let it knock you out. Or in your hand, not your head. Don't let it knock you out. Catch it in your hand, tighten up some screws and keep on going. Right? If it's not one thing, it's 5,000 other things. 5,000 other things. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to get off of here on time today before Rose has to kick me off of here. I am on time. There's always a million things for us to deal with. You decide how and when and what you're going to deal with. And don't let other people's opinions, ideas, prejudices, don't let it deter you. You work your plan. And when your plan works, you work it back. Right? Have a wonderful day. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. And wash your hands. Wash your hands. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the dog. And I'm going to go. You guys have a great day. I will see you here tomorrow.